On my way to Barcelona, I watched a documentary called Eating Our Way to Extinction. I got some notes right here on my cell phone. After watching it for a little bit, 30 seconds, it was pretty clear that it was a vegan-driven documentary. But the fact that it was a documentary, I wanted to watch more of it because you can't really lie on documentaries. You have to try to be as truthful as possible. And I'm trying to force myself to watch more things like this to better educate myself of what's going on in the world. But they're saying that livestock farming is the leading cause of us eating our way to extinction. And what that means is, and I'm a carnivore through and through, okay? So what that means is they're destroying crops everywhere. So obviously it's deforestation, but instead of deforestation, we're cutting down trees to build things, it's deforestation because of animals. Again, vegan-driven documentary. But with that being said, I learned some things on there and took some notes. Livestock farming. They have methane, nitrous oxide, carbon dioxide, and regular oxygen. So those are the 4 gases that are contributing to this global warming thing. So what they did is they did an experiment. They had 4 ice spheres all looking like the Earth. And in each one, they had each of the 4 gases. And I forgot how long that they did this display. I want to say 4 hours. And at the end of the 4 hours, naturally the ice that had just oxygen in it melted the least amount. And the ice that had the methane melted the most. Like a dramatic amount of ice had melted because of the methane. They say cows burping and farting are a high cause of global warming. It's not even our cars like everybody wants us to think. It's not our cars. It's not construction. It's not industry. It's cows, livestock, which I found that to be very interesting. I'm not doubting it. I just, we don't ever hear about stuff like that, which is why I watch this documentary. Another interesting thing is, all the waste in the ocean, all the plastic. Well, according to this documentary, 80% of the plastic in the ocean is from fishing. Fishing equipments, the microplastics, they break down over time. It's not just our water bottles that we all talk about and all the human normal consumption waste. It's old fishing equipment over hundreds of years. However long they've been making plastic, maybe not thousands of years. Think about the rope, the plastic rope. Anything that you would find on a fishing boat that's actually plastic. What happens is the plankton consume these plastics. So they have plankton underneath a microscope, and you can see the plankton breathing in these microplastics. And then the fish eat the plankton, and we eat the fish. According to this documentary, over 1/3 of the fish we eat has these microplastics in it. That's some scary stuff. And they started talking about, instead of getting our oils from omega-3s, the fish oil pills, of course, the best way to get it is through plant-based pills, and your body will start producing these omega-3s. I'm not refuting that. I haven't done that research. I'm counting on them to do that research. Another thing they had said on here was, they had 2 butchers on there, and this is what messed me up for like a week. 2 former butchers. One was from New Zealand, and one was from some other country, not the U.S. I have to believe that the FDA is a little more rigorous, but we don't know, right? But they were talking about what happens in a butcher shop behind the scenes. And I'm not even going to talk about what disgusting thing I saw, but that messed me up as I flew into Barcelona, which is, they have meat everywhere. Every market you go into, there's legs of animals of cured meat. They're being held by the hoof, and they just take the knife and they slice off. Used to be muscle, cured muscle, and it's interesting. It's gross. I love meat. I love cured ham, but I was messed up for like a week after watching this thing. They're saying the farmers can't farm anymore because of the droughts. California is on pace to lose 500,000 to 1 million acres over the next few years. So the big takeaway I took from this thing is they want us all to be vegan. But how can we be vegan if there's no crops? They stated that if everyone stopped eating meat tomorrow, in the next, 20 years, we would have 75% of everything back. I also learned that because of the drought, Spain has built a bordering wall to keep out migrants, but they're called climate migrants because they can't grow crops south to Spain. People are coming over there to use the fresh soil. Now that's crazy. The Hard Parking Podcast, a little bit of cars, and so much more available anywhere you get your podcast, or check it out at hardparkingpod.com.